Hi, I'm Rob Norris and I am Head of Fujitsu Cybersecurity Business across EMEA, and I'm here today with Tom Porteous. Tom is Head of Digital for Scottish Water and the Chief Information Security Officer. So welcome, Tom. So Tom, a really stupid question. I think I already know the answer to this, but what do Scottish Water do?
Yeah, so Abable Scottish Water were part of the very fabric of Scotland to be supply fresh drinking water to 2.5 million households, and obviously do the reverse of that from a wastewater perspective.
So Tom, we clearly been working with each other for quite a while, and I think we first got engaged when you had a zero-day attack. How did that feel for you, and kind of what led to where we've gone from there?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it raised awareness. It switched quite a lot of lights on. It drew scrutiny from our board, from our leadership team, from our internal departments. It drew quite a lot of questions with regards to where do we go with that type of incident. Albeit it was a small impact in a small site, it could have been a bigger impact to a bigger site. And we just basically drew a lot of encouragement with regards to engaging with Fujitsu on the awareness campaign at that time.
Yeah. So Tom, the security assessment was critical to your organisation in terms of helping you on that journey, in terms of the journey we've been on together for the last few years. But if you had to talk to a fellow Chief Information Security Officer, what would your sort of words of wisdom be?
I think, well, first and foremost, the security assessment is nigh on critical. I mean, it allowed us post the assessment to bridge that gap. I mean, one of the key things for us is we needed help. We needed to go and select a credible security partner that we could trust and that we could collaborate with to execute on the things that the assessment was telling us. And I kind of think that everybody needs to really realise that the assessment is and the delivery of the things that are within that assessment, it's not a destination, it's a journey. You need to take your time, pick your tools, your capabilities correctly, but select the right partner, almost certainly, and select a partner you can trust and collaborate with to deliver the requirements in that assessment.
So threat intelligence obviously gave you insight and a view of something you probably never had before. So how did you then take that forward? How was that important to you?
I think the key thing for both parties, and it was both parties, to then establish what was it we needed to do about that threats that were coming on a day-to-day basis, rather than look at it from a manual perspective, how you're going to deal with them. What did we need to do? So there was a whole host opportunities for Fujitsu, but a whole host of requirements were being built from a Scottish Water perspective, something like your SIEM service via Logarithm. So we've implemented that recently. We've actually recently moved from just event management to real-time management in there. So we're not just capturing logs, we've moved forward significantly, and we're doing real-time event management in that space. But there are other areas, a significant number of other areas that threat intelligence drove us towards. Our firewalls, for example, at the perimeter, so we needed to make additional investments in the firewalls. But then if you actually looked at the threat more in depth and you aligned that back to who we are, national critical infrastructure, a large operational technology, not just IT area, we needed to look at network segregation internally within our network. So the threat intelligence has allowed us to build our capabilities underpinned by real intelligence, not just hearsay.
Yeah, so it's really allowed you to really get a good understanding of your IT and your OT environment, and I guess then be able to prioritise what the important things are versus what's less important. I guess almost giving you a single pane of glass.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the single pane of glass is nigh on critical for industry. I think. I mean, the whole area of security is about response. So things are going to happen. Things are going to get into your environments, and it's how you respond to them. And I think, if you go back to the threat intelligence, the capability of the 7x24 SOC, backed by or underpinned by the tools that we have, bringing it all into a single pane of glass allows us to react and respond more effectively.
So if you take our relationship, certainly in the early days our relationship was more transactional, it was more project related. You then start to see the value, you then improved your security posture, had more information at your fingertips to be able to respond to security. And then I think, certainly last year, 2018, was, a game changer for us in, I think, in terms of going to market and then really buying a service that focuses, as you said, on organisations will be breached. So if you take that an organisation will be breached, what are the services? How do you become proactive? And I think our new service, new contract, kind of brings in all of those types of services. Can you talk to us about the importance of the new contract to you and how we're now responding?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've been on a journey 2012 to 2018. We've done a lot of great stuff together,
Yeah.
but as you said, it was more of a reactional way. But a lot of the capabilities were put in place prior to 2018 have been really good, but it's allowed us to make the right decisions collectively together and through a competitive process. But in 2018, putting together a longer term engagement is where we want to be. So we've put that long term engagement in place. It gives us so we've broken down the trust barrier,
Yeah.
so we trust each other. We've broken down the short-term engagements and reactional engagements, so we've now got a long-term basically a portfolio of services that we can see are going to help us move forward.
So, we really appreciate the fact that Scottish Water chose Fujitsu to be their transformational partner in terms of security. But one of the things I'm always interested when I go back and talk to customers is that was an RFP. Quite clearly, we've done some security work for you and helped you on that journey, helped your board really understand the security threat, where the threat was coming from, and the services that were required to respond to that threat. But I'm also conscious that you're a government organisation, it was a full RFP, but what was it that you saw from Fujitsu in terms of the whole RFP process and why you eventually decided Fujitsu?
There are a number of areas in there, yeah. I mean, unfortunately, albeit we had a really good relationship from 2012 to 2017, that we had to put it through a competitive bid process because we're obliged to do that. And it was quite a tough selection process. We had some big players in there. There was a lot of interesting things. But if we actually revert back to what the proposition from Fujitsu was based on, yes, historical trust was in there. That's something that unfortunately other bidders could not respond to, but historical trust was there. But I think the key thing was, even through the competitive process, there was no overselling. It was all based on facts, it was all based on foundations, and it was all based on real credible capabilities. So to me, we bought capability that was mature, we bought a level of trust, and we bought something that, more importantly, we can see from a future perspective where it's going to go. So if we can achieve what we've achieved over the last 8 years and we bed that into where the whole cyber landscape's going in the next 8 years, then we're in a good place.
So Tom, we know about the past, and it'd be great to get your view now on the future, and I think the future is very important for both of us. And more importantly, what do you see the future with Fujitsu as, and how can we continue to support your business?
So there's probably two areas to it. Short term is the whole IT/OT convergence and how Fujitsu can help us on that journey. And the longer term, well, we say longer term, 2040 Scottish Water is limited to zero emissions. So we are going to look to achieve, we're not going to look, we've committed to achieving zero emissions by 2040, which again, in contrast of the business and our operating model, digital is going to play a massive part in that. So if we're digitally enabled today, I think we're only halfway there with regards to an organisation. So to be truly zero emissions by 2040, this company is going to light up with regards to digital enablement. That for me, from a security perspective, and for you, we're going to have to embrace that challenge and ensure it's all done in a secure way.
And certainly from a Fujitsu perspective, that's great to hear, because as you know, we're also a digital company. We help organisations on their digital transformation. Clearly, security is important for that trust, that element, and to make sure the organisation stays secure. But as you say, I guess your role now, within Scottish Water is, be in the organisation or be in the IT department that actually says, yes, we can help you on that journey.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the key here is it's about wider access to the Fujitsu world.
Yeah.
It's not just about a Simba 24-hour SOC in Warrington, it's about access to the consultancy and the innovation that you have globally. And that alone will allow us to basically definitely meet our 2040, It'll help us meet our 2040 target, but it'll also help me look at how we get the IT-OT convergence correct. Because again, you've got a world of expertise in that area, and that's what we want to leverage.
So we're sort of 12 months on from signing that transformational contract. How do you think things are going today? How has the last 12 months been for you?
It's been a journey. I mean, we've had a super investment from a technology perspective, moving a lot of our corporate systems up into the cloud. Obviously that comes with a challenge. How secure are they? Fujitsu's done some fantastic work around about firewall management, both internally and externally. So that alone's been a big challenge for us. We've brought 2 new big service providers in. To basically do our network and applications and service desk, etc. That's been a big challenge, ensuring that they're super secure. So it's been a big busy period the last 12 months. All at the same time is basically signing a longer term engagement with Fujitsu. But from a services perspective, again, it's like where I feel that you bring value is that there's no second asking from a Fujitsu perspective. We reach out to our SOC team, we reach out to our service management team within Fujitsu. Anything is dealt with there and then, or it's moved forward at pace. So I kind of think from the last 12 months, I feel very comfortable. We've got a good, stable service in place. It was delivered on time, it was delivered to budget, and we did put multiple tools in it at the same time. So, on time, to budget, we are secure, we're in a good shape, we're in real good shape.
So Tom, could you just summarise for me, I guess, what you think is really important in our ongoing relationship?
Well, first and foremost, relationships are key. I mean, we've known each other for a number of years now, but that goes a bit wider.
Yeah.
We've got a services team, a security services team on here from Fujitsu right down to the SOC team on the ground. We're at name terms with regards to knowing the people who protect Scottish Water on a day-to-day basis. So relationships are very key, like across any other industries or engagements that you will have with your customers. Relationships are now critical for us. Then the trust part, and I think we've talked about that the journey we've been on over the last 6, 7, 8 years, it's all about trust, and growing together has probably allowed us to do that. Then collaboration across the piece. So the stuff that you share with us on a day-to-day basis, the collaboration that you do with our board, with our ELT, with our senior sponsors within the business, and with myself. So to me, relationships, trust, collaboration, they're all critical to basically delivering an everyday security service. So Rob, you've been around for 2012. Well, certainly I've known you since 2012. What have you done in the security business to basically build and grow and achieve that level of trust and collaboration that you have across your business?
So I think for me, what's been important, and you guys have really helped, is number one for me, it's know your customer. Okay, know the environment that your customer operates in, and specifically, if you're a critical national infrastructure provider, then quite clearly, you're going to be somebody of interest, or your organisation will be somebody of interest that people are always looking to try and exploit. So I think first and foremost, understand your customer. I think for me then it's all about recognising that organisations will be breached. So how quickly do we spot our breach, and how quickly we respond to that breach. So I think in the time we've known each other, we've kind of moved from a protect the perimeter, protect it strong, don't let any be in, to now recognising that actually the perimeter will be breached. Okay. It only takes a simple phishing email and the perimeter's breached. So really it's all about, we've had to change our services to be proactive in terms of how you spot the breach, how you respond to the breach. And I think the final thing for me then is, again, going back to, if you know your customer, IT is important, the digital journey is important, and you have to have that trust. As an organisation, to stay in business, people need to trust everybody in that journey. And I think for me, what we need to do is not rest on our laurels. Just as we think we've got the IT security piece nailed, really now it's all about operational security. So it's really just making sure that we continue to build new services, understand where our customers go in, understand the requirement, understand the landscape that we operate in, and then work with our partners and our customers to make sure we try to stay one step ahead of the people who are actually trying to threaten us.